not all for nothing. Basically, if we kill almost anything, we'll get a level up. I'll need to talk to Tenebrium Smiths here, maybe they can...
Oh, I don't know. I suppose 12 imps would get
Maybe
a
they
full load in.
gain
Don't you
something
find it
very
German?
specific in mind, or something needs to be done, or Tenebrium needs to be used on them, or something. Anything. Tenebrium.
Plenty, plenty, you small that's right. How do you think I'm doing? I'm
But
starting to get the hang
we know
of the
this
operation.
isn't gonna make a
My master's
difference.
a tough bloke to please.
Tenebrium crossbow. I sort of want to buy this for one simple reason. Shield crafted from bound chunks of Tenebrium. I want the bow because it's easier to test how my weapons work in situation. His equipment pieces have changed. Nice Tenebrium bow. They're basically identical. I really shouldn't be needing them, but in this situation I think I would rather spend a little bit of money to get this little ability to check things. It's gonna cost me a little bit, but it's not gonna cripple me by any means. I'll take it.
Come on, Rockman, right? Make yourself useful. Yes, sir. What can I do?
What do you want from me, game? That is the real question. According to Zigzag, shelter plane is under attack. It says the attack is originating from Bloodstone Rift, the north of Lucula, and that unless we destroy it, we won't be able to continue exploring our homestead at the end of time. 3 paths. The left path filled with Immaculates, the center path filled with demons, right path filled with lava. No matter which path we take, we need Tenebrium to destroy the Bloodstone that awaits there. Okay. Are we totally capable of attacking the demons until we destroy the Bloodstones? We have Tenebrium, but yeah, and there's the bot. The other option is to go east. There might have been other sites here too, though. But I haven't had any indication that I have to do something specific before I can go there. In fact, it seems like when I tried to go to the Ghost Forest, the game basically said, no, you need to go and deal with the Rift first. But Tenebrium is not a solution to the Rift, but it's a must-have for the Rift. But not really. There was the cave here, a mysterious cave somewhere that the Immaculates were looking through. I think that might be a that might be a better option for us. Anything that doesn't have the demons yet. Mostly it just bothers me that I don't understand what I'm doing wrong or what's missing. What is this? Underground passage.
Spy any traps ahead?
It's awfully boring in here without the proper magic. Then things really get moving. Or should I say, stomping.
So basically this is another Troll King cave. Either you have what you need or nothing happens. How would I know do I have what I need? Some ore. Still, it's a good hint, so you know that you're not missing something. It's a proper way to do things, and if you don't have the proper way, you might as well just go home. I'm more or less interested in the experience point I might gain from basically anything. Well, it's something to do with Immaculate, certainly. Cryptic dungeon.
Don't ask me about all these teleporters. My friend's the one with all the details. But good luck finding her.
At least there's someone who knows. That's teleporter, not a waypoint. We need to find something, otherwise no chance really to handle things. I'm assuming it means that quite literally, so you might... I'm assuming a teleporter maze, but I'm assuming it's something that we actually might have to get a tip or a spell of some sort before we can solve it. Alternatively, the right kind of magic refers to the previous area, not this. Yeah, I don't want to engage in a single teleporter. God damn it. Just talk to her.
My favourite foods are ice cream, mud pies, bananas flambé, fresh poured water, watermelon, and anything that'll get my system going in that precise order.
Okay. I'm assuming that's there is the goal. Has to be some kind of trick to it. There doesn't appear to be that many teleporters. So finding why it's so hard has to be a trick. So I would imagine at this point that there's a sequence to it, that even though it might seem to be going nowhere, it actually does if you are repeating the correct sequence in your teleportation access. If you don't, it more or less just resets and you waste your time. Question is if there's any kind of indication of anything. Okay, there are... is this ice or water? Looks like ice. There's fire here. This would be probably earth, if it's even anything. So something to do with the elements, that's a clue already. We might also try to keep an eye out on changes to something. We've already had one elemental puzzle in the early parts of the game. And did it. Okay, there's fire and ice. This looks like... I don't know what it looks like. Tornado scope. Well, we have no real clue to this. If I looked at the walls a little bit more carefully, I might find something. Anything related to ice or fire.
Don't ask me about all these teleporters. My friend's the one with all the details, but good luck finding her.
Who's your friend? Is it the other rat or not? That bastard was just describing her favorite food. There was a particular order to it. I'm just afraid I'm trying to look at the details in the wrong place. That food, sometimes talking about food is just talking about food.
My favourite foods are ice cream, mud pies, bananas flambe, fresh poured water, watermelon, and anything that'll get my system going in that precise order.
Okay. What is a mud pie? I have no idea. Other than actual mud pie, but I'm assuming it's some kind of dessert. So would they be hot and cold desserts basically? There's ice cream, mud pie, banana flambe, fresh poured water, watermelon, and anything that'll get my system going in that precise order. So I'm guessing it's a sequence of 6. Ice cream is cold, mud pies I have no idea. Let's put a question mark there. Banana flambe, I'm guessing hot. Fresh poured water would be cold. Watermelon would be cold. Anything that'll get my system going. I'm not quite sure what that means. Some people get their system going with something cold and fresh. Something would get something hot. So I'll put another question mark there. So it's a sequence of 6 where we know, I would say fairly certainly 4 of the choices. What is a mud pie? I would... Is it something... some kind of a baked good? I would then hazard a guess that it's hot. Anything that'll get the system going. Maybe another hot thing. Okay, it's a sequence of 1s and no 2s. Decides to complete the sequence, then we'll probably go with this. Actually, I'm sure it's unusable now. So we know the correct sequence when it becomes usable, right? Makes sense to me, I guess. Right, so, what was it? We'll start with cold. Well, it didn't go exactly how I thought it would go. Still a sequence.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
I have no idea. I'm sure to dig it up. Okay, Medora was supposed to be take the talent that allows her to chuck up grenades with accuracy. Not sure what type of a skill it actually requires, but I'm inclined to take it. She has no ranged weapon skill, so the grenades were supposed to act as one, but I can never use them because she will not throw grenades in with any kind of accuracy. Were sheep.
You dare disturb the Queen of Wool! Fleeced my flocks will come, bleating will they destroy you, and may their fine fluff smother you to hell itself.
Yeah, tell me about yourself.
The sovereign of the Ovine hordes need not answer your every query. Be gone with you, or I'll send you the way of my corpse into parts mysterious and vile.
Your corpse? You mean your body is somewhere else?
I sent that mouldering nuisance into the darkest wood of all, where such filth is welcome. If you be as fascinated by haunted trees and strange floating words as was my body, I suggest you make your way to the Phantom Forest too.
Okay, Phantom Forest has the were sheep body.
Don't tell me you've got a penchant for stardust too. Reeking fools are all alike.
Stardust. That's the plant that we can use to make witchcraft scrolls. Yeah, nothing seems to be happening.
Just you wait. Armies of faithful flocks are waiting to attend my every whim. They'll make short work of you, intruder.
Yeah, I'll take my lead.
All the better. The regiment of rams will be here any moment.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Next would be the mud cake thing. I still don't know what is mud cake.
From the top, ice, earth, fire, nature. Oh, blast! What comes after that again?
Yeah. So ice, earth, fire, nature, then there was watermelon and something refreshing. Watermelon, I'll just write that. Then refreshing, I might forget these. Mark them as C's and H's, which aren't exactly all that useful in this. So a little bit extra information wouldn't hurt. This is machinery very much. This is earth. That's what we need to take. Water. Low resistances. Need to do one thing. You don't have to tell me. Shit. What does it take to get the accurate grenade shots? I might still get it at some point. Pinpoint. Scoundrel 1. Okay. Right, we need to go to the Earth one, but we might still check the balloons. I'm not sure what this is even supposed to be. Also, I'm not sure taking the wrong path would be in any way a bad thing.
Tits and dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots.
I think the worst thing possibly would be that you just reset the entire thing. Either you get the sequence correct or you start it from the beginning. That's why it's fairly harmless, but knowing the correct sequence right from the beginning would be very useful. Crap. Okay, I think we're done. Next. Yeah, things like charm grenades could have been massively useful. I mean, I suppose they're somewhat useful still, but and we're back at the start. Now we need to take the hatatats. Yeah, I actually am doing things correctly. This is Can understand why this would be very, very troublesome. Where ship is level 20. Very tough. I really want to fight against it. So I'm not sure what would be the point. Next would be nature, whatever that means. Wouldn't this be nature? I mean, this is water, but or I suppose it could be nature. I mean, it's more nature than this is. So next would be what? I think it was watermelon. It's glowing green. It's glowing green. We have additional options, or do I just go where? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm doing things correctly or wrongly. Can't go back no matter what. This would be something that refreshes you. Can't beat that. Waterfall? Yeah, we'll take that again. And it's a no. But they were green for a long time. So I'm assuming we start from the beginning. We can't use this. This would be nature in my book. None of these should be green. They're all red. Where's the rat?
From the top! Ice, earth, fire, nature! Oh, blast! What comes after that again?
Ice, earth, fire, nature. Yeah, but I would still hazard a guess that it's the water one, but this would be my nature if I'd have to choose one. It's green, definitely green. This be nature? This wasn't glowing green in my recollection, so let's see. This is less of a nature than the other one. So yeah, everything resets if we go to the wrong place. So definitely the waterfall thing is nature. I need to talk to the rat in the opening section. Watermelon and something that refreshes. You think that's how it went, I think. So we'll assume this is nature. They're still green. Right. So everything's okay so far. Now what?
My favourite foods are ice cream, mud pies, bananas flambe, fresh poured water, watermelon, and anything that'll get my system going in that precise order.
Fresh poured water. Watermelon and anything that gets the system going. Don't exactly have a huge amount of options here, so what exactly is watermelon? Would it be... It's not, it cannot possibly be fire, that's for certain, so cold would be more milk. That's how you usually eat watermelon anyway. Chilled. There is no extra things I can do here. There's nothing extra I can do. Yeah, it's hard to imagine it being anything to do with fire one. This is green anyway, maybe that it refers to that. Chilled and green. These should be green, they're not, so I think that's a fail. What is watermelon? There was a hint that without the correct magic, there's not much you can do. Some spell books, that's it. I have definitely a feeling that this is basically undoable now. And everything resets. So literally there is not a way to do this. We are missing the watermelon. Anything that gets the system going. What comes after that? So easy up until this point. Where to from here? That's the end goal. I don't think there's a watermelon on this portal. There's nothing. Right. We get everything right, we get access here. What is that? There's supposed to be something here. Water. Yeah, system going, so the mechanical system. Little bit of a trick, but nothing that should be too troublesome. So I don't feel like I was screwed over by any means with this.
Did that cause a reaction?
Don't know.
That chest in the corner thinks it's so smart with its fancy riddles and such. Well, I won't be bested. The answer is 2.
Another one of the chests that I'm supposed to hunt down. I forgot about them. I think I found the 1 out of the 4. You have found the second of my secret sisters. You are getting rather good at this, aren't you? One nearly begins to think you might continue finding chest after chest until, if you do manage to solve this riddle, you'll only be the second of 4 steps closer to getting your grubby hands all over my precious treasure. The ostrich struts upon me legs, gazes through me eyes, flaps me wings, though it never flies. Which digit am I? Legs, eyes, wings, though it never flies. He struts around 2 legs, gazes through 2 eyes, flaps on 2 wings. I don't recall the first parchment at all anymore. If the answer has to be something 1 through 9, so it's doable through guessing if nothing else. Military essays. Either way, I'm gonna loot this place and read things there. Things didn't go exactly as planned again, but we got valuable information. What really pisses me off is I don't understand what the deal with the demons is. Am I supposed to just somehow rush through them to get to the bloodstone, or... But that doesn't make any sense, because the Tenebrium was supposed to be there, still keep them vulnerable. But...
Hail, Immaculate. Clever you must be to have made it to this place of forgotten knowledge.
Who are you?
Can you not see the essence of the goddess about me? I am the eternal Immaculate Spirit, guardian of the goddess's good news.
What is your purpose here?
I guard these 3 eternal tomes of wisdom, proclaimed too powerful for the average student. The Immaculates of old sealed their knowledge within this maze, and only they who could prove clever enough to find them would be permitted to access their secrets.
We already have the elemental Taurus. I think we already have the effect too, so these don't really offer any useful.
And now you have managed to pry open this tomb of knowledge. You are entitled to one of these arcane books, but only one, traveler. Choose wisely.
I think I'll buy your book. Not sure if I've actually read this. It only costs a single coin. I can also trade something low value. Like chromium, no? Mug of beer. Fair trade. Homemade robes. Superior level up. We could pick a fight here too. Not sure if it's worth it. I mean, I don't particularly want the extra boots, but it would be a level up for us, and it's a fairly important level up. Fighting creatures that are of higher level than you always causes trouble. Gives you a little bit of a disadvantage. I guess the armor doesn't protect quite as well and things like that. I don't understand what the difference really is though, because the damage reduction applies to creatures of same level as you. There's probably more against creatures of lower level. There is Horrific Scream, Elemental Tortoise, and Effect. Literary essays. What makes an expert swordsman? There are 3 types of swordsmen: the beginners, the bravados, and the masters. If you have already learned the basic techniques, you can easily distinguish the beginners from experts. A beginner does not know how to hold a sword properly, and his fighting stance is completely unbalanced. The bravados are versed in the arts of sword fighting, but they reveal their knowledge merely through exhibition. You can find many bravados at fairs where they demonstrate their skills in front of the excited masses. A real sword master is a mentor who travels from town to town to teach his skills, but he will always hide his best tricks. A true sword master will teach you everything you know, not everything he knows. Do we want to pick a fight? That's the only real question here. The Exciting Tales of Rothbark the Barbarian, Part 2. Rothbark and his dwarven friend Ekmar did once join the army of a nobleman. An evil wizard in league with the damned had kidnapped the nobleman's only child, a fair woman named Juanita. The evil wizard opened a portal to the netherworld and summoned forth hordes of demons, which came willingly to his call. The battle with the demons protecting the tower of the evil wizard lasted for weeks until finally, Rothbark and Ekmar managed to sneak into the tower and end the wizard's life. Junita was so delighted that a barbarian rescued her that she rewarded Rothbark by happily giving birth to his first son. Okay. Looks like this guy might be a little bit luckier. Most of these are probably empty by intent, so they're only there if you have the chance to get extra lucky items. Then this huge amount of containers would be your advantage, because each of them would be a separate container. Possibility of spotting random extra loot. Because I think I might have 1 point of that luck, so it's not really. It delivers shit and it delivers it quite infrequently, so it's not really worth it. Also, I don't really need the money, so I don't really care about that anymore. Unreadable. That's it. More containers. For a character like myself, this is more of a chore than any kind of real reward. Okay, there's still 2 full piles. 2 large shells. What skill books do we have? You have the Turtus thing. Yeah, Elemental Turtus, adept level. A massive amount of resistances on demand. In exchange for losing movement speed, but requires a shield. So this is totally 100% worthless. Infects might be a thing, but no one has that kind of skill level. So technically useful, but practically probably. Horrific Scream. Yeah, that's Horrific Scream. So we have all the skill books really. The only real reason here is to pick up fights. I suppose the few scrolls we're getting are also somewhat useful. We get into harder fights where we don't need any kind of special bullshit to actually do damage, we just need to survive a hard fight. The ability to cast multiple master level spells in a single fight would give us a big advantage. Yeah, not really anything of value. I'm inclined to do the fight. We need 1,500 points to get things done. I don't have the infect. Adept level. Oh, the rest is cleared. Well, it was a thing I didn't own, so... And though it isn't particularly good, I still take it. And now we're probably teleporting back and forth here. I wonder what the switch actually does. Can I take a closer look at the previous areas? Just in case something's changed there. Don't really expect anything, but it's a fairly harmless thing to try. And anything that would give us the 1,500 experience points would be welcome. Everything looks familiar. Right, so it doesn't work anymore. It's literally close to us. It's that a good thing or a bad thing? Because the wear-sheep situation. I don't know. I don't want to critically think about it too much. We'll just roll with it. The wear-sheep thing is something I want to do, but it's not gonna be the end of the world if it for some reason doesn't end up working for us. Right, so now what? Try to fight against demons we can't harm, or try to go somewhere else. There might be some small things that would be still doable. I was worried that there's no actual exit. I can go here for some reason.
How perceptive!
I may be a...
Yes, you may be a pig. And here was where the bow was. Right. Here's where we appeared the first time. Okay, as far as I can see, there really isn't all that much for us to do. We need to go and fight the demons, but we don't have the ability to fight the demons. We need Tenebrium to fight the demons, but you can't use Tenebrium to fight the demons. What do you want from me?
I can only hope this might be a magpie's nest.
Well, I haven't put everything here. I suppose I could destroy some of the noxious bulbs called the cathedral. It seems like they're maintaining it, the traps, instead of typical normal traps. No damage. They're vulnerable to physical attacks. You can absorb a lot of damage though. Why the color differences? I think there's some kind of guide somewhere where you will be taught the different ways to do this. What is technically needed to take them down? There's no threat here, so you could maybe get closer. Are they color coded somewhere? Yes. Yeah, did the cold actually do something, or was I just imagining it? Produced a lot of noise, if nothing else. I don't think it'll do anything. Could also be that it reacts to the opposite fire, maybe?
Can't stand the heat.
No. Blood, blood, blood. Right. I'm sure there's a wonderful, easy way for you to do this. But until I learn what it is, I'm just gonna have to skip it. At least it wasn't all wasted. We'll have to go to the... Why is the mine still a quest marker? No idea. We want to go to where Sheepwood has got the Phantom Forest. So yeah, I'll leave things here. Unless I get some kind of a flash of inspiration about how to affect the demons, I'm gonna go after the. I'm gonna go on the Haunted Forest basically.